sobrang di ko pa mapaniwala. Maraming salamat sa suporta at sana patuloy yung support.
Sheikh Mansour allegedly knelt before Alex Eala after she turned down an incredible $1 billion offer in less than 20 seconds. Shocking scenes that shook the tennis world. Welcome back to Corteva Tennis, where you'll be astounded if you believe you have witnessed everything the sport has to offer, including grand slams and enormous prize money. What's happening is a seismic event that has rocked the very foundations of international sports, not just another headline. The sands of Abu Dhabi are changing due to an exceptional occasion involving the young Filipina sensation Alex Eala, not the wind. This is happening right in the middle of the Middle East. She was once the pride of the Philippines and a daring rising star, but now she is the woman who did the unimaginable. A secret meeting inside a glittering palace, a kneeling millionaire, and an incredible $1 billion contract offer that makes Cristiano Ronaldo's salary seem insignificant are all described in verified reports from shocked insiders. The response was a 20-second quiet that was louder than any stadium roar in tennis history. You'll see why Alex Eala is becoming a legend rather than merely a tennis player by the end of this film, so stay tuned. Now, let's set the scenario. The Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open has brought the whole tennis world to the United Arab Emirates, and the energy is palpable. A fervent Filipino crowd supporting their idol has filled the stadium to capacity, turning it into a home arena. With her unwavering spirit and fortitude, Alex Eala has been blasting through the draw. A few days prior, she overcame her closest friend Zeynep Sonmez and stunned the crowd with an incredible comeback against Alexandra Sasnovich, saving match point and rallying from 0-4 in the last set. According to unique leaks from the UAE's power corridors, she's on fire and playing with a spirit that money cannot purchase, but someone thought it could. Eala's marketability, grace, and potential to become the face of a new era are all factors contributing to the hype surrounding her, not only her forehand. Here comes Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the owner of Manchester City, one of the most influential people in world sports, and a guy whose riches appears endless. According to reports, he decided he didn't just want Eala to play in Abu Dhabi. He wanted her to be Abu Dhabi after seeing her command of the court, her magnetic connection with the crowd, and the shouts of her name reverberating through the stadium. The narrative that has surfaced is reminiscent of a film, laying the groundwork for what transpired following her remarkable sprint. Eala was supposedly taken to an ultra-exclusive private wing of the Zayed Sports City complex, a VIP enclave bathed in grandeur, rather than the locker room, after she qualified for the quarterfinals. The room was reportedly lined with velvet and filled with the aroma of jasmine and oud. Sheikh Mansour himself was waiting for her, but he wasn't on a throne. Witnesses report that the millionaire king, overwhelmed by what Eala represents for the future of Asian tennis, truly knelt in a scene that has shocked both cultural observers and sports specialists. Indeed, a billionaire on his knees. Subsequently, the Abu Dhabi proposition was made, and the specifics that were disclosed are just astounding. This was an empire, not a sponsorship agreement. According to the plan, Eala would have had to give up her tour independence and take on the role of permanent queen of a brand new, rival tennis circuit that would only be located in Abu Dhabi. The figures were unbelievable: a $1 billion down payment in immediate cash, more than Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic's combined career prize money, followed by an incredible $600 million annually for the following 10 years. Although a guaranteed $6 billion payout was part of the agreement, there were other benefits as well. A private Boeing 787 Dreamliner with gold-plated interiors and a dedicated medical suite, her own expansive tennis complex, the Alexandra Abu Dhabi Arena, constructed on a private island, and the establishment of the Abu Dhabi Diamond Tennis Championship, a tournament where she would be the permanent headliner with an incredible $150 million prize fund, were all designed to entice a young superstar. It was an offer intended to instantly surpass Serena Williams, Naomi Osaka, and every other legend in the book as the richest female athlete in history. Imagine the pressure. You're 20 years old, you've persevered through injuries, exhaustion from travel, and the constant grind of the tour, and all of a sudden a blank check appears in front of you, guaranteeing not just your own future, but also the future of your great-grandchildren. Saying yes and remaining in Abu Dhabi is all that is required. There was silence in the room. The sheikh stood by. The group held their breath. Inhale. 5 seconds went by. Next 10. Then 15. Next 20. It was oppressively tense. Can you picture the ideas going through her head, the lives she could alter and the authority she could possess? Alex Eala then said something. She didn't yell or display rage. She stood tall, met the billionaire's gaze, and gave a succinct, composed, and proud response that has since gone viral among the tennis world's elite. Insiders claim that her reaction was a shattering reality that altered everything, even though the precise words are still kept under wraps. My country's flag is not a logo you can purchase, Your Highness, and my passion is not for sale. I don't play for money. I play for history. She left $6 billion on the table when she left after saying those remarks. Everything we've seen from her on the court this week was reinforced by that one refusal, which sent shockwaves through the sport. Let's now return this to reality. A.in Abu Dhabi, tennis is currently taking place. Her performance versus Aleksandra Sasnovich is aptly framed by the tale of that rejected contract. Would she have rallied from a 0-4 behind in the third set if she were playing for cash? You fold when you're down a double break. Your lungs are screaming, your legs are burning, and you're just a paid mercenary. After accepting the bill, you head home. Alex Eala, however, did not fold. She drew from a reservoir of bravery that no billionaire could ever purchase. She was able to save a match point. Driven by the possibility of hearing Laban Pilipines from the grandstand, she fought her way back, point by painful point. That return was motivated by pride and the purity of the sport, not by financial gain. We need to investigate Alex Eala's true nature and the reasons this choice fits her personality so well. This was the obvious decision of a young woman who has worked her way up from lowly beginnings, not a random act of rebellion from a pampered athlete with millions already in the bank. She is currently on the verge of becoming a great tennis player, and every stage of her path has been characterized by selflessness, tenacity, and an unwavering dedication to honorably representing her nation. On May 23, 2004, Alexandra Eala was born in Quezon City, Philippines, a country where tennis is by no means the most popular sport. In a nation where basketball, boxing, and volleyball are the most popular sports, tennis facilities are scarce, coaching is costly, and the infrastructure required to develop elite players is just not comparable to that of the US, Europe, or Australia. However, Alex's parents noticed a remarkable quality in their daughter, an uncontrollably competitive spirit. She began swinging a racket at the age of 4, and by the time she was 6, she was participating in regional competitions. Her early success required a great deal of sacrifice from her family. Her mother became everything at once, while her father worked several jobs to pay for her training. Her loudest cheerleader, dietitian, psychotherapist, and first coach. Then came the painful choice to send 12-year-old Alex to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain. Imagine being a young adolescent who is alone in a foreign nation, unable to communicate in the language, cut off from her family and all of her familiar surroundings, and pursuing a dream that few people would have thought was feasible. In order to pursue her dream of being a professional tennis player, she had to leave behind her family, friends, and everything familiar. The Rafa Nadal Academy is a pressure cooker designed to create champions from untapped talent, not a vacation spot. There, training consists of 6 to 8 hours a day on the court, followed by film analysis, mental conditioning, and exercise activities. The top young players from all over the world are fighting for the same dream in this brutal competition. Under the weight, many break. They experience fatigue, injuries, or homesickness. Not Alex, though. She flourished. She picked up everything like a sponge, became fluent in Spanish, adapted to the European clay, and developed an all-court game that included strong ground strokes, astute net play, and a mental tenacity that would come to define her. She had a fantastic junior career. She won the Australian Open Girls Championship in 2020, making history as the first Filipino to win a junior Grand Slam singles championship. In 2021, She demonstrated her adaptability by winning the U.S. Open Girls doubles title after making it to the French Open Girls final, demonstrating that her success was not an anomaly. These were declarations to the tennis world that the Philippines had produced a real challenger, not merely successes. She had demonstrated that she was a real talent who could compete with anyone, anyplace. However, this is where the narrative becomes even more motivational. Her adjustment to professional tennis has been difficult, despite her prowess in junior tennis. The women's tour is harsh, with unrelenting competition, exhausting travel, and inevitable injuries. Every event is risky for a player from a nation without a